there.
Hiya.
Welcome to another episode of FARA's Folky Folk for the Orkney Folk Festival. And here we are in the parish of Burray at Burray Primary School. Jeana is frequently a visitor here. She's been teaching here during the lockdown.
I have. I'm lucky enough to have, when I came home, picked up some itinerant music teaching about the county, and luckily I got Burray as one of my schools, and it is a wee topper. Love it here.
Talking of music teachers, we're going to meet a man today who is a very well-known music teacher and performer up in Orkney. He taught us when we were a bit younger.
Just a few years.
Just a few years ago, and he's a great laugh. So come with us and we'll speak to Mr. Douglas Montgomery.
So we have come into Burray Primary School and we are in the dinner hall here, and we have been joined by the one and only Douglas Montgomery. Some of you may recognise him from the bands of The Chair and Saltfish 40, but today he has his teaching hat on. Douglas, thank you for having us here in Burray Primary School. Now, you are an itinerant teacher. You're not just in Burray Primary School, you're in quite a few others, and you teach a lot of bairns. What's your general week like?
Pretty good, actually.
Yeah?
So I go around 4 different schools, 3 primary schools and a secondary school. And during the week, I'll see about 100 bairns. So we do a mixture of group lessons, there's a few individual lessons, and then there's generally bands at most schools, or we try and get bands going at schools.
Great.
It kind of makes the circle complete if we can do group music marking too.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
You've got a particularly well-known music group at KGS called Hadargan. What's the story there?
Well, Hadargan, we kind of started off without a name, as every bunch of musicians do, and we played at local events here, at lifeboat dues, RRI meetings, gigs, and we got invited to do the folk festival, which is always a huge big event
gig,
every year, and we got invited to go to do a little tour in Canada. We got invited, it was back in 1998, we got invited out, and we thought we'd better get a name, so the name got plucked out of a hat pretty much, Hadargan, which means keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And we rehearse on a Monday, traditionally, and we've been doing that since way back then, and we're still on the go. So it's just great to see all the musicians come through the band and go off and do their own thing, and quite often come back and play. And it's kind of built a community around itself, which has been lovely.
Obviously, with COVID, you've not been able to see the bairns, and almost 100. How have you managed to teach them?
Well, for the first lockdown was really tricky.
Mm-hmm.
And the second lockdown, which we've just come out of, was actually pretty good, I think. Most of the kids engaged either through online lessons, which was actually really fine. Not as good as face-to-face, obviously, but pretty good. Mm-hmm. And so when I've come back, I've to find out most of the kids have been playing during lockdown. Some of them have been playing absolutely the whole time and been one of the things that they've really keen to, which has been super. So I'm feeling pretty positive about it, and the groups are starting up again, and we're just getting going, and it feels pretty positive. So.
Great.
Talking of positives, being up in Orkney, all of our music tuition is free of charge still, and that's quite rare. What do you think that means to the kids and the community and the music scene in Orkney?
Yeah, well, I think it's very important. It means you don't need to think about it. You can just turn up and you can play the fiddle if you want to.
Yeah.
And having that open access is brilliant. Mm-hmm. So everybody gets a shot.
It's accessible.
Yeah. Well, it's been fantastic having a yarn with you, but now we are getting to the highlight. We're going to get to see you with the bairns playing some music. So can you tell us what it is that we're going to hear?
Well, we're going to play a tune. Most fiddle players in Orkney of the age of probably, 40 odd and below, have played this tune before. It's called the Bear Creek Reel. Yes. I learnt it way back in the midst of time from the fantastic playing of Angus Grant.
Thank you very much, Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you.